What is going on with social media in 2021? That's what we're going to be discussing on today's show. Stay right there.
Welcome to Coffee with the Queens, empowering you to grow and protect your cash credit castle and kingdom. Have you ever heard the phrase, get your ducks in a row, and you feel like you haven't done that? We share learned lessons and practical advice to help guide you to a life of financial freedom. Empowerment is key, so grab your coffee and crown and let's get to it. Take it away, Queen Tammy.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are here with our coffee. What you got in your coffee cup today?
Yay, water.
Okay.
I'm watching the beautiful snowfall here.
Oh, it's 83 here.
Gorgeous. It's 80.
80.
Wow.
Last week it was snowing there too in Texas.
Yeah, it's just been a mess.
It's beautiful in San Francisco today.
Yeah.
And San Diego.
We desperately need the snow that's, moved all the way to the East Coast. Left too early.
So today, ladies, we're talking about social media, which is such a hot topic after the election threw up all kinds of issues around social media.
As it does.
As elections do, correct? So it's really interesting topic to see, there's new social media platforms popping up, and it's just been kind of exciting and really a fast moving target to kind of keep your eye on, know where we should be. So I want to ask a question of you guys. When all of this happened, has your trust in the social media platform changed at all? Do you feel like you're being censored? Do you think twice about what you post? What are your feelings right now in the current climate of social media?
My feelings?
I know, where do I start? Oh my gosh.
Oh, I have been so frustrated. Oh my gosh. In particular with one. Can I say it?
Sure.
But and I'm not the only one. I know this because I see people that are getting notices saying that they've been posted, taken down, they've been shut down, and all of this kind of stuff. And I started to get all kinds of difficulties in this certain platform. And I'm not posting political things. I actually avoid that. But I do have words. I say that I believe in God's great design as one of the introductions on one of my pages. And the word God might have done it. The number of people that follow me might have, who knows? The algorithm got tripped. And I started getting all kinds of crazy censorship going on that I actually lost all momentum in my current Facebook group because I put a post up, it would disappear. I couldn't do lives. I mean, it was insane. So what was scary is what Kathy talks about all the time is like, who's in control of your stuff? I felt so out of control that there are these hundreds of people that are in my group and I could not communicate with them. It was the worst thing ever. It was the worst. So that's it. I'm done. I'm stepping down. That's it.
I've noticed that I've been posting, particular random things, and sometimes it gets engagement. And then there's other times where crickets. It's like, what's the difference? I don't get it. So it's more like I have like a little jewelry display that I posted last night, in fact, and 2 people has seen it, and that's it. It's like, it doesn't make sense. What's going on, right? So it makes you wonder. And there's so much more, but I need a whole hour just for that to complain.
If you want to think about the complexity of the world that we're in, think about this. Facebook has an outside advisory board that decides whether or not certain groups meet their criteria. They are, for whatever reasons, internally, politically, financially, whatever it is, they turned over the management of, is this offensive or not, to an outside board.
Is that a good thing?
I'm sorry?
Is that a good thing, do you think, or a bad thing?
Well, I think it's indicative of the time that we're in. What is good content and what is bad content? It's a subjective thing. It's a very subjective thing. There is no dictionary that says, when Facebook matches their content against something and says this is abusive or whatever, somebody has to decide, is it really there? And that's why they have this third party group that says, yes, it is, and yes, it isn't. And obviously we're waiting for the answer about Mr. Trump's, and nobody's decided on that one yet. Okay.
Yeah, there's certain words that, the algorithm will not complete for you. And I just noticed that too. Yeah, there's a lot of certain words out there that just will not let it through. Very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. It can help us. It can really leave us being a little helpless, I think. Well, our guest today, interestingly enough, since you said, have you lost trust? And we all went into this like, thing, right? There's a few of us that are a little frustrated. Well, he did one step better. We may have walked away. I actually stepped away from Facebook for a while because I was so frustrated. And he did more than just step away for a while. He walked away and just created his own social media platform. And he is very specific about what he's done. Wade Saxton is CEO of Smoke and Bacon, LLC, which creates engagement activities through various media outlets, social media platform, in other words, by disrupting the status quo. His team also, if you Google him while we're on here, I mean, don't distract yourself, but just in case you Google him, you will see that the team also sells merchandise, which is edgy and slightly rude. So please welcome our character of a guest today. Please welcome Wade Saxton. Hello, Wade.
Hello,
You had an emergency today. You're coming to us from your vehicle.
Yeah.
You're the first of our guests to ever do this, but you got to do what you got to do. So we appreciate you being here.
I'm sitting on a beautiful hill in Farmville, Virginia, but I'm here with you ladies enjoying this.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that view is beautiful. Wow. He showed us earlier. Whew.
So Sohaila, did you want to know what how you were asking earlier what in the world?
So what prompted you to create a new social media platform in the first place?
So that's actually an interesting story. So to tell you that, I got to go back a little bit. And I got to go back to 2018. And a bunch of us guys were sitting around. We were barbecuing. We were having a few beers, a few laughs, and we were complaining about how we couldn't find any funny or offensive shirts anymore. And it really started out with a conversation of how you can't do anything offensive anymore because everything is offensive now.
Right.
So, and as all best ideas do, they come out while you're drinking. So we created Smoke and Bacon because, coincidentally, we were smoking bacon on the grill as we were drinking. So it was the perfect name for it. And we started this t-shirt company, t-shirts, mugs, things like that. And it got really popular. And we started to gain this following. And we realized that the people following us wanted more. So we created our Facebook groups, our pages, and we have like 4 Facebook groups, and we have some other branches now. But at the time, we had these 4 Facebook groups and these pages. And we have hundreds of thousands of members.
Wow.
Of these groups. And about October of 2018, we got in a lot of trouble with Facebook. And it wasn't even for some of the worst stuff we had done, to be honest with you. I mean, it's like you got us for this, but not that. What are you talking about? But like Sandra, we got banned from all of our pages and our groups. Now, if you can imagine, at the time, all of our groups were open. Anybody could post. And we have a very specific demographic. And that demographic is military, veterans, dark humor, things like that. And if you can imagine, all of a sudden, hundreds of thousands of people were unregulated and could do whatever they want. And there was nothing we could do about it to stop it. We couldn't post. We couldn't shut down posts. We couldn't talk to people, nothing. And we couldn't talk to Facebook. Not only could we not talk to Facebook, all of my admins were banned too. So, and they wouldn't tell us for how long we were banned for. This is before you got the little pop-up that says you can't post or talk or anything until this date and time. So every day we're trying to figure out if we can get back in, and we can't. So in October 2018, it's very frustrating. So it was at that moment I realized that somebody else has complete control of everything I do. And as a business owner, that sucks. That sucks big time.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't know any better and all of your eggs are in that Facebook basket. So at that point, you have no other real advertising other than your people that are in those groups. So you start to see business go down and tank. So we got together and we said, we're never going to allow this to happen again. And within 30 days, we launched our own social network, Smoke and Bacon. And as soon as we got unblocked from Facebook, we started bringing all of our members over. And that did not go well at first. It did not go well at first. It's actually a company holiday here. We call it Black October, and everybody gets the day off, one day in October.
When you say it didn't go well, what do you mean by that?
So I've learned in business, especially with the demographic that we have, you need to be very specific about what your plans are. So originally, Smoke and Bacon was launched under the Uncensored platform. And it was Smoke and Bacon Uncensored. And I'm trying to figure out how to explain this politely. Within 4 hours of launch, I was getting emails and phone calls from Apple and Google saying, you've got to shut this down or we're going to jerk you off the Apple Store and Google Play.
Right.
So I'm not noticing what's going on in the community because I'm watching the back end, I'm watching the numbers, I'm watching all these things come in, I'm dealing with the problems and all that. So I get on the app and I felt like I needed to burn my eyeballs out with bleaches. For some reason, the term uncensored, for some reason, people associated that, specifically males, associated that with pull your dick out and wipe it all over everything. So there was thousands of dick pictures.
What? Oh my God. No.
It was so horrible. They were everywhere.
Oh, that's so much worse than I thought.
Yeah. It was the complete opposite of what we were trying to do. I mean, there were people running around naked. There were people jerking off. There was just dicks everywhere.
God.
It was bad.
Oh, this is so it's kind of like a child porn site, kind of.
Oh no, it was definitely an adult porn site.
How do you come back from that, Wade? How did you recover from that?
So we shut down the servers. We shut down the servers right away and we dumped everything and we retooled and we relaunched about 3 days later so, to prevent that.
Without that word?
Yes, without uncensored. That went away from everywhere.
Can I just, where was the word uncensored at in the app? Where did the word uncensored show up? Where was it?
It showed up everywhere in all of our advertising and all the apps, everything. And the intent behind it was we weren't going to censor you like Facebook.
Got it.
And that is not what happened in any way, shape, or form. So we had to dump everything. We dumped all the previous posts, all the members, everything. And we had to explain to everybody that's not what this is for. And I never in my life thought I would have to have this conversation with grown men. But we did. And there's still remnants of that in our current community platform, where in the rules it says no dick pictures. So,
oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was quite the adventure, and I'm just sitting here like, how? How?
That's how you learn, right?
So are you military? Are any of your founders military? Is this?
Yes.
Okay.
So one of the reasons we reached out to the military community, the veteran community, is veterans lose their sense of being, their sense of togetherness when they leave the military. When you leave the military, you're given a little pat on the butt and said, good job, and get out, go make something of yourself. And that's really all you get. There are programs out there now to help you transition, like TAPS, the Transition Assistance Program. But still, they don't teach you about anything. They teach you how to write a resume. They teach you how to write a resume. That's about it. They don't teach you how you've got to do your taxes now. They don't teach you how to operate in a civilian world. Like, you leave the military, you're calling everybody fucker. It's gender neutral. Everybody's a fucker. You can't do that in the real world. So, you know, they don't teach these things.
Right.
So one of the premises behind Smoke and Bacon was we can create a community that all veterans are welcome to, that they're comfortable with, that they're familiar with, and that is safe for them. Because you hear all these things about safe spaces nowadays, and being safe here, and we have safe networks and safe this, but safe is a relative term. What is safe for you may not be safe for somebody else. And it definitely, a lot of these safe networks and, you know, things like that are not veteran friendly. So
well, Wade, I appreciate you explaining that, because I know when they first said, hey, this Smoke and Bacon, I went and I found your clothing site, right? I found the website first and I was like, oh, and I was kind of taken aback. But what I appreciated after speaking with you was your focus on really meeting veterans mentally where they are, you know, and giving them that space. And I know that related to that, I asked you too about, and apparently other people do ask about the logo. Mm-hmm. So the logo also has this sort of angry, scary thing to it. I'm like, well, what's the deal with that? Can you explain what the logo is? I think it's kind of a cool story.
Sure. That's La Katrina. She is our angel. If you know anything about the Day of the Dead, she comes from the Day of the Dead. And the Day of the Dead is not a sad celebration. The Day of the Dead is actually a celebration of life and rebirth and being who you are and what you are without being someone fake. So La Katrina is our angel that watches over all of us and all of our veterans. She reminds us every day to be true to ourselves and be true to everybody else.
I love that. If we can, we'll maybe in post when we're not going live, we'll find that logo. We'll put it up here so that we can let the edited version of the show, you'll be able to see it. We're not able to just pull up everything. We're not a huge network. We're just, you know, a bunch of us sitting in our specific locations in our houses and in a vehicle. So we can't do all these things the big guys do, but we will manage to put that up so you can see it in the edited version. So come back and watch the show one more time. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that.
So basically, you and your friends just decided there was this need, and you just decided to go start this business with no idea whether it's going to be successful or not. You obviously didn't go to any venture community saying, hey, you didn't do that. You just said, my guts say to me, there's a market out there, there's a need, and we're going to go meet it. Kind of like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There is. So I'll give you a story about how we do our market research on our products. And this is how we do just about everything. We'll make something and we'll wear it down the street. And whichever one of us gets the dirtiest amount of looks, that's the product we're going to sell.
You know, it's interesting. When I used to work for a market research company, and this was the time of the PC, everything was PC and software. So I was hired by a Japanese company to figure out what made software companies be successful. And they paid me this ridiculous amount of money to go out and do a survey. And the answer was, and the Japanese didn't quite get this, the founder intuitively said to himself, I think somebody needs this product. No research, no big deal. The founder said, I'm going to go do this. Somebody wants my product from personal experience. That was the answer.
Yep.
So.
That's really interesting, you know, with our, in our businesses, you know, I have an e-commerce business, and that's how we launch products too. It's sort of like, I know my dog needs this and I can't find one, so we have to make one. And it's a little more easy with a little product like that. But how do you how do you decide to create a whole social media platform? I mean, that seems a little more technical. How do you do that?
So we actually have experience in programming applications for fun.
Okay.
So, and this one is even too big for me to do. And I'm one of the most experienced ones about it. So I actually hired a team in London to help us. And I find it advantageous to have your team and your servers outside of the US when you're poking fun at everybody.
Probably a good deal, yeah.
Yeah, so they wouldn't turn you off, right?
Yep. So different rules, different procedures.
That was my question, because I obviously went to the App Store. If somebody was looking for you on the App Store, what would they search for if they didn't know you were there? What would they search for that would find you?
So we appear under all sorts of terms, but the most generic terms would be social media,
Okay.
or bacon, or smoke.
Oh, cool.
So
You're in good company with the bacon, I'm thinking.
Yeah, isn't that great?
absolutely.
Everybody could go onto your platform, right? Anybody and everybody.
Anybody and everybody. We welcome everybody. We welcome everybody, and we like arguing. But there's a difference.
Totally different than Facebook.
Yeah, totally different than Facebook. So we have a political section, for example, a political community. We don't care who you align with. We don't care. If you go start an argument in there, go start an argument, but don't complain to me because I ain't going to stop it. I am going to pop popcorn and grab a soda and watch, but I'm not going to stop it.
So it's going to be literally a place like fresh air for a lot of people saying, oh my God, I could be myself here. This is amazing.
Yes, we want people to be themselves, or a better way to put it is we want people to be who they want to be. So for those of us, for those of you who are familiar, the French Foreign Legion, I know I'm going way out in left field here, but there's a reason. The French Foreign Legion, when you sign up with them, they don't care who you are. They don't ask for your ID. You can choose whatever name you want. This is a fresh start for you. You can reinvent yourself. You can be whoever you want. This is who you now are. That's the way we looked at our social media. We don't ask you for your real name. We ask you for 6 things to sign up. That's the legal minimum. I ask you for your email. I ask you for your birthday. I ask you for your age to make sure you're over 18. If you're a veteran, a first responder, and if you're male or female. That's it. Once you come into the community, you can be whatever you want to be. So if you're afraid, if you're a guy that likes Barbie dolls, I don't care. Come in, name yourself Barbie. We don't care. If you're a fashion model that likes working on cars, come in and call yourself, the race car Barbie. We don't care. Because in the community, we find that it's not just social media, because we don't follow people. We follow communities, whatever we're interested in. So we always have things that we want to see and that we're excited to see with people in our feeds, because we're not just following someone who posts something we like every once in a while and we just got to deal with whatever else they post. We only see what we like. And that creates and fosters such a deeper engagement that within a month, I challenge anybody within a month to come into our community, to join, to interact, and tell me you haven't learned the real name of at least one person, how many kids they have, what they do for a living, because it just organically grows that way.
So it's a real camaraderie that you're kind of bringing up, which is kind of what your demographic is used to experiencing in real life. Speaking of real life, I want to highlight that you actually do partner with some nonprofit organizations, support organizations for veterans. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've done there?
So we do a couple different things. First off, one of our favorite charities is the Virginia Free Farm. Amy Rose Miller, she's come up with this amazing idea, and everybody says she's crazy, but it's great. It's amazing. So she's an Army veteran, and her husband is a Marine veteran, and they have this farm here in Virginia, and they give away everything. They give away to anybody who's hungry food. They have ducks, they have pigs, they have everything. You need meat, they'll give it to you. You need food, they'll give it to you. Wow. So just recently they launched this free food refrigerator program. So we've committed to providing 12 refrigerators this year for them. And these refrigerators get set up all over Central Virginia. Businesses volunteer to have these refrigerators in front of their businesses. And they stock these refrigerators with fresh produce and meat and everything else. And if you're hungry, come get it. You don't have to show up or call. You just go.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. So we totally support that. So we've committed to providing 12 refrigerators, one a month for the rest of this year, to help them out. And that's just amazing. Some of the other programs we have is we partner with small veteran businesses, because you're not going to get Facebook or Snapchat or TikTok to partner with a small business. They don't care if you make money. They don't care if you survive. Buy my ads and pay me. Hopefully somebody will buy your stuff. That's their program. See, we don't collect any data on anybody in our community. We do not collect data. We do not
say that.
advertise.
I knew you said it twice. Say it one more time, because we started the show with a question of trust in social media. So say that one more time.
We don't collect any data, with the exception of diagnostic data. If the app crashes on your phone or something, we want to know why so we can make it better. But who you are, what you're looking at on the internet, what you're talking about, we don't care. And the reason we do that is I don't want to know anything about you. I want you to be able to have a safe place to come and hang out. So we don't sell any advertising. That opened a whole nother window, surprisingly, to partnering at cost with these veteran businesses to actually teach them how to interact with a community and people and get the most out of that versus just spending, $1,000 on an ad on Facebook and praying somebody clicks on it and buys your stuff. So we've partnered with about 5 of these small veteran businesses now, and we partner with them for a year. For a full year, you get access to all of our resources. We meet every month. We've created communities for them. We're gonna help them. We don't create their promotions, and we're not promoting products. We're promoting them, their companies. So they create their promotions. We help them polish them. We put them out. We are a test board for everything for them. We will help them create their radio ads. We'll put them on our streaming radio station. So for this one low cost of at cost, which is $700 for the entire year, it's like $50 a week, or it's even like $50 a month. It's like $2-3 a week is what it costs them to be able to partner with a social media organization to help teach them how to actually work inside a community and gain a deeper engagement and a deeper understanding of their customers.
That's fantastic. And so and how does somebody, if they are a member of your community, is it obvious how they can tap into that?
Yeah, they just reach out to us. We're always in there.
Awesome.
And that's the other thing is we're always in there. If something happens, you can reach me or any of my moderators around the clock. You may not reach me at 2 a.m., but you'll reach one of them. Unlike Facebook or Instagram or something else where an email goes off into Never Neverland, you actually get responses from us and we talk to you live in the app.
Yes, I think we know. The response of Facebook is
that's so great.
Crickets.
You don't have, so there's like one rule that you have in there, right?
Well, there's 6 rules total. The number 1 rule is no disrespecting the ladies of Smoking Bacon. So anybody who disrespects the ladies of Smoking Bacon, we have a talking to with them. And again, that's a face-to-face via Zoom meeting or through text or something like that. We actually talk to them and say, hey, you can't do that. And disrespect comes in a lot of different ways. And part of that process is, and this is going to sound weird, is we downgraded our messenger system. You cannot send video files through our messenger system. You cannot send photos through our messenger system. And you can't messenger someone out of the blue. They have to friend you to be able to get a message. You both have to be friends. And frankly, that is one of our most popular features for the ladies of Smoking Bacon, because I did not realize, because I have never done it myself, I did not realize the number of dick pics you ladies get just randomly out of the blue.
Oh,
yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So just random dick pics. I want to know if that's ever worked. I'm just going to send my schlong off out to the internet. Does it work? So we specifically downgraded that and prevented people from being able to do that to increase the safety of the ladies in Smoking Bacon.
Great choice.
Great
choice.
Some of our other rules are obviously there's no drugs, no drug usage, no drug selling. There's no kiddie anything. We will, if anything with kids pops up, I'll immediately turn you over to the FBI. I don't care. So and no dick or we had to add it used to be just no dick pictures. We had to add a subsection to that. because we are in the time frame of OnlyFans, which I hate, by the way. We had to add a subsection of that as no vagina or butthole pictures.
Oh my gosh. How stupid.
Again, conversations I never thought I would ever have to have with group adults.
But you know what? I mean, in all fairness, I'm so glad. Excuse me. I'm so glad that we're talking about this and not like killing things, you know, and animal abuse and things like that. So, you know,
You're maintaining.
Yeah,
Right.
that's where I
Maintaining.
stop.
Yeah. Now we do have a hunting section. We do have a hunting community. And the hunters stay in there. And that's one of the great things about the way we're set up is, let's say I follow Sandra, right, in Facebook. And I'm not saying she is, but in this scenario, let's say she's very political. And she's posting all this political stuff. I only got a couple options in standard social media. I can either block her where I don't see anything, I can't interact with her, or I can just delete her from my friends group. And that's not right. So it was flipped. We flipped it to communities. So you follow communities. So me and Sandra can still follow the same communities and enjoy each other's interaction and everything we're doing in those communities. But if I don't join a community, I don't see what's going on in that community. So if Sandra is posting in this example all sorts of political stuff in the political community, I don't see it because I'm not a member of it. And again, that stops that fighting and that BS.
So you've learned very quickly, it seems, Wade, how to manage all of this. And I know we're running out of time with you today, but we just want to thank you for being here. It has been so interesting to see what prompted you to do this. I think you really cracked us up with your Black Friday in October and how that actually came to play. So, and we love what you're doing. And I know this comes from all of us. Thank you for your service and your understanding of what veterans and first responders go through and providing a platform where they feel free and safe and keeping it that way. So,
anytime.
And I love the fact that you're just so lighthearted with everything too. And we need that more in the world that we live in right now. We just really need to take things more lightly. And that's what it seems like your platform does. So thank you so much for doing that.
We are equal opportunity offenders.
And we'll make sure that we post in our resources the links you can go to if you choose to be offended, or just check out what Wade is up to. Thank you, Wade, so much for being here. We're going to move on to the rest of the show, but we really appreciate you taking your time. And I know once again that you had your emergency, and thanks for making it work from your vehicle. We appreciate it.
Not a problem. You ladies have a good
Wade.
day. Bye.
Thank you so much. It was great.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah. So we jumped on Smoke and Bacon. We have to actually put on there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll discuss that.
That was quite interesting.
I really do appreciate what he's doing and the fact that he's meeting people where they are. And, I think that's fantastic. And in a way he is, he's a bit of a hero, which kind of makes me want to throw this. I'm going to throw our quote in a little out of order. Is that all right? Because I just happened to glance at it. And we grabbed something this week from Joseph Campbell mentioning hero, and with him talking about the first responders and everybody that he serves in his platform. A hero is someone who has given his or her life to something bigger than oneself. And even from Wade's perspective, he could have sat back and gone, wow, there's nowhere for us to feel safe, and seen the problems and not done anything about it. And although he's lighthearted, as you say, Sohaila, that's a lot to take on.
It sure is. Yeah.
He has chosen to look at something that is much bigger than himself and serve it. And so, we want to honor that. And gosh, wouldn't it be great if we thought more people thought along those ways?
Yeah. I really applaud him for making
I
this.
thought he had some amazing ways that he's giving back to this community. In terms of supporting the small business and the giving away the food, that was awesome.
Right.
That in every state
Right. And you know, I was talking to him earlier as well to know a little bit more of the platform. And I love the fact that, you know, veterans, you know, they get out of the military and some of them are trouble-minded, you know, PTSD and all that, right? And he sees that on that platform and he actually reaches out to these and he
Yes.
has safe havens for them to go to. That's what I think is amazing.
Yes, he did mention that, and I wanted him to mention that. He didn't mention that when he was on, but that is true as well. So also another opportunity for anybody that is watching or that knows somebody that might benefit from finding Wade. It's another level that he can assist as well.
Yeah, go to the App Store, the Apple App Store, and just search for his app, and it's on my phone. It's very interesting to watch it.
Yes.
Or Google Play and just type in "smoking bacon" and it will come up with this lady that he was talking about on the logo.
Yes, the logo. Exactly.
Yeah.
So do we have anything to give away today?
Yes, I think we have today, we're going to give a complimentary membership to our Ducks in a Row course, which is, you guys, we are building this out right now, and wow, is it robust. Oh my gosh. It's going to come away with a master's degree in finance after we're done with this. Wow. So
we're making it as easy as possible. Don't be scared.
We are. Yeah.
Don't be scared. We're not trying to scare you.
Step by step, but we're just covering all the steps. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
So today's show was brought to you by Ducks in a Row. So watch this tiny little clip and then we're going to pick a winner.
I put you in like the last full deck that comes with that total swagger as we're going back on.
So for those, if you haven't been following us, Ducks in a Row, we are on the Digital Duchess channel and Coffee with the Queens. We talk about finance and we try to help empower you to grow and protect your cash, your credit, your castle and kingdom. So this year we decided to get together and help each other go through what best practices are, what tips and tricks are to help us continue to grow and protect all those 4 quadrants of our lives, which are ever changing. One thing in life is sure, and that's change. And I think last year taught us all of that very well. So if you want to hop in and join us, get all your ducks in a row financially, text this number here on the bottom of the screen, and we'd love to have you in the community, and we'll help you along, as we do ourselves as we go through the program. So that is that.
Angel's frantically doing the texting right now. He says, "I want to win."
We just wanted to point out as well too that Ducks in a Row, if you're sitting there going, I don't know if this is for me, basically I think 2020 really woke a lot of us up to the fact that we realized there are things that we may not have in place that we, I hate to use the word should, but maybe should, or we feel the draw to protect more of our cash or our kingdom, and understand what kind of influence we're able to put out into the world. How do we keep our finances secure? How do we build that credit so that we can actually purchase more property to feel safer the next time? Because it's really about, and we have an episode coming up that addresses this even more, but the whole program that we have is really about the fact that you don't repair your house in the middle of the storm, right? You prepare your house for the storm, because there's going to be another one. And so, not to scare you that there's going to be another one, but why not do what you can now to get your ducks in a row, to get your things in order, to know that you're protected? I mean, it was because we all have different expertise here in our host bar here, right? And so I know I have learned from Kathy, who's dropped off a couple times. She'll come back in with us, but I learned from Kathy so many things, and she brought my awareness to things that I never would have actually bothered to take the time to do until I understood the importance and the ease of actually doing it. And so because of her, on our own personal journey, I'm taking moves to build a pet trust and do things like that. And so every one of us has this expertise that we're putting into this program. That's really what Ducks in a Row is all about, to helping you prepare your house, your castle, and your kingdom for the next onslaught of whatever is going to happen. It's not going to be another pandemic, we sure hope, but it will be something, right?
Panic, right? Whatever.
Yes,
Panic
it's a
is.
panic preparedness program, a PPP.
PPP. The new PPP for 2021.
New PPP. Yeah.
So we have Stacy Marie with us today, and she has commented. So if you have been following us, you know that through engagement, who's ever the most engaging during our broadcast are chosen to be one of the winners. And Stacy Marie, you have been very engaging today. So we'd like to welcome you to our Ducks in a Row program. And we'll just message you with the details.
Congratulations. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, please. Like it and share it out.
And one quick update, I want to do a little shout out for one of our previous guests, because if you did not see our Christmas show on Joy, Cheryl Lynn is a great guest. You want to go back and watch this show, because an update on Cheryl Lynn and her Joyly movement, her Chair of Joy, is that she has now built a most unbelievable advisory board around her. This movement is taking on wings like you would not believe. She's doing regular calls in the morning to support corporate executives that are signing up for this. So her influence is increasing like crazy. So I just think it's so cool that she's been able to do this. We'll have to have her back on in a couple of months, or maybe even a month, to see where she is at this point. But we were very, very happy to have her on for our Christmas show. If you haven't seen that, you can still go back and see it on the YouTube channel, the Digital Duchess channel, and go back and watch it, because what she tells us to practice for joy can really be life-changing, especially if you're feeling that overwhelm and that anxiety that we've been feeling all through 2020. You want to get rid of it. She has some great advice on how to do exactly that. And that's what we're showing that she's spreading into the world and into the corporate environment. And that's just super cool. So I think we're really happy to announce that she's doing so well with that. We want your stories too. So if you are applying anything that you have learned from us or from our guests, and you see something that's changing in your life, please do whatever you can. Smoke signal. Smoke and bacon. Smoke signal, send it to us here on the Digital Duchess channel in a comment. Find one of us and direct message us. Just get it to us any way that you can. We would love to be able to share your story and give you a little shout out just like that as well. Because it's not just about what our guests are doing, it's about what you are experiencing too.
And not only that, if you do have some sort of issue or problem that you want to tell us about or want to hear from us, please let us know.
Yes, that helps us to kind of plan our future shows as well. You know, so we want to thank you guys so much. I think it is actually, sadly, time for us to sign out. But do tune in next week. We are going to be live with a special Valentine's Day show. This is so cool, you guys, because we're going to be bringing back Eric Leftholm, and we're going to have Sylvia Chavez here, who is an expert in relationships. So we're going to show you how to draw your perfect mate to your castle. And if you already have your mate, we're going to show you how to make sure everybody is happy and it is peaceful in your castle. So please join us. We're going to have our executive leader guests here talking about love. What else? It's Valentine's Day. So we look forward to seeing you then. Until then, have a blessed one. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.